zone. But they haven't put the points up on the board yet, Mike. But it is a safety, and it's 2 points. That makes the score 9-7. And now Marion will get ready to kick off to the Raiders on the safety. 7:18 left in the first half here at the New York State Painting Field.
Skip, the only thing I can think of, the Marion coaches being so upset, is that maybe they thought that penalty should be an automatic first down. I really have no other idea why he'd be so mad about this.
Well, I did see one ref point and want to line up the ball, then they had a discussion. There's the kickoff. Back, Smith had, drops it, he's fumbling it in the end zone, still has it. Is he gonna take, no, he's bringing it out. It's to the 5, 10, he broke a tackle, 15, 20, 25, he's gonna go all the way, only one man to get him, and he's gone, it's touchdown Raiders! Listen to this crowd, but there's a flag on the play. Don't know what that, was there a block in the back, Gene?
I believe it's gonna be a block in the back. Jermaine Good, it's really a shame. It was a real hustle play by Good. There was one defender bearing down on Smith, and Good really hustled in and tried to throw a block. He caught him in the back. The touchdown will come off the board, but the Raiders will still get excellent field possession. I believe they should be inside Marion's 15-yard line when this is all done.
There's the signal from
It's going to be an illegal block in the back.
Illegal block in the back. You're right, Mike. Well, that got the crowd going. They don't like the call from the ref, but you're right, Mike, it was an obvious call. These fans in this close arena here, they can hear it, and they know they can be heard.
Yeah, you have to be a cool customer to officiate in this league, because not only do you get it from the coaches who are on the field, the fans are right on top of you.
Fans are all over.
And the officiating crew is seeing it. But the official was right on top. He threw the flag right away. He saw the block in the back by Good. The Raiders still have excellent field position. They can't be rattled. They need to finish the drive and take it in here.
And that's right, Mike. 6:52 clock running in the first half. Cottingen's going under center. He has Cox in the backfield with Jackson split right, Fehrenbach split left. There's the snap, looking over. It's a lob ball in the end zone. Oh, it's intercepted, Mike. No, incomplete. Almost had it.
Skip, we've got a flag on the other sideline away from the play. We'll have to see what this is.
That's a holding against Marion.
So the Raiders will pick up 5 yards and an automatic first down.
Starting to see quite a few flags here tonight, Mike.
The officials have been busy. As we said earlier, we were looking at that fade play. That time Cottingham tried to go back to Jackson. Couldn't quite make the play. Let's see if maybe he looks for Fehrenbach, who's a little taller target down in the red zone.
Now the officials are calling a timeout here. Now there's the whistle. You're right, Mike. Fehrenbach's going to line up against number 8. Ollie Gross. No, it's a handoff. Oh, down to the 4, maybe the 3-yard line out of bounds there. That will. No, that doesn't stop the clock.
Cox did a nice job of making something out of nothing there, Skip. That play was well smelled out by the Marion defense. They did a good job of staying home. Kevon Barbie was over there to stop Cox, along with number 3, Carl Rose. But Cox still managed to grab a couple of yards there.
Now Cottingham under center. He has Fehrenbach over to Jackson, wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders! And I don't see any flags this time, Mike.
Skip, no flags. The only problem for Marion on that play, number 8, Ollie Gross, is going to have to pick up his jockstrap in the end zone on the way back to the bench. Maurice Jackson put a move on him down at the goal line. It practically put him, he almost took him off his feet. It was such a great move. He just juked him to the outside, ran a little slant. Cotton gave it right on the money.
the camp back for the PAT here. Successful on his first one. There it's down, it's up, and it's good. Good. That makes the score 16-7, Rochester. And with that, we're going to take a break. You're watching Raider football with 5:02 left in the second quarter. You're watching WBGT TV. Sports Center, 5:02 left in the second quarter with the score 16-7 Rochester. Just momentarily here we still had the Marion coach in deep discussion with one of the referees before this kickoff here. Mike, still wondering what that's all about.
I'm really not sure why they're so unhappy there, Skip. But it's time to put it behind them and play some ball as they're down 9.
The camp's ready to kick off. There's the kick. Kind of a shallow kick. It comes short. Number 4 is down at tackled by a host of Raiders at the 22-yard line. That ball was Cabell on the carry.
Aaron Cabell on the return. Again, another nice tackle by James Brown. And the Raiders continue to show their depth here. They have some players out with injury. James Brown has really stepped up and played a nice game. And Omar Baker even got into the act, and he was in on that kickoff. We thought we might see him at quarterback tonight. He's back in on special teams.
All right. Line is back to pass. Oh, he almost lost the ball. Oh, there's a flag down. He's still up. There's the pass. It's intercepted by Diaz at the Rochester 11-yard line, but we do have a flag down. Could be a holding, Mike.
Skip, that's going to be holding on the offense. This will be Raiders ball. Sauter made a very poor decision. He escaped the sack there, and then he just threw the ball up for grabs. And when you do that against this Rochester defense, you pay almost every time. Diaz with a nice interception, and the Raiders have another first down with 4 minutes left. They've got plenty of time to take it down and punch another one in.
And this is another one of those keys, Mike, that we talked about in the pregame, turnovers. Rochester has another one here, and they're winning the battle on the turnovers.
Yeah, Marion's last 2 possessions, they've made some bad decisions. They've turned the ball over. Let's see if Rochester can make them pay again.
Hodgson back in the shotgun. Cox to his left. There's the snap. He's looking. Long throw down there. Looks like Jackson is in, and he's in for the touchdown. What a beautiful pass from Cottingham.
Skip, a beautiful throw from Cottingham to Maurice Jackson. But it all started up front. That play took time to develop. Great protection by the Raiders' offensive line. Cottingham put the ball right on the money. And as we've said, when Jackson gets behind the defense, put the points on the board, he's automatic.
The camp's going to try the point after. So far, he's been perfect tonight, Mike. It's down, it's up, and it's another good one. That'll make the score 23-7. Your Rochester Raiders in the lead. Looks like everything's going the Raiders' way so far, Mike.
Skip, great execution by the Raiders. One play drive. Diaz forces a turnover. Cottingham makes a big play to Jackson, and the Raiders strike so quick. And now Marion is down 16. Just a position they don't want to be in. They're not an explosive offense. They're not a big come-from-behind team. And no other coaches continue to yell at the officials. Now is the time as a coach to coach your players. Keep your head in the game and let the officials officiate the game.
They're still down there doing that, Mike. Oh, we're going to come right back here. Rochester's going to kick off with 3:01 left in the first half. Haskins, the always dangerous Haskins, back for the kickoff return.
And Ryan DeCamp, the new kicker for Rochester, 3 for 3 on extra points. Very impressive in his debut, which could be important down the line. Because as we know, Will Bean will not be available in the championship game. DeCamp may have to kick that night. So far, he looks very good.
Ryan DeCamp out of Cortland State. We've got Campbell short and Haskins deep. Ready. DeCamp getting ready. He's up, and there's the kickoff. It's up, it's deep, out of Campbell's hands and into Haskins. Haskins brings the 5, the 10, through 15, 20. Still not down. He's down at the 21-yard line. Noah Fehrenbach got in along with that, along with Brown on the tackle.
Yeah, Skip, not only is Fehrenbach a star on offense, he's a big special teams performer for the Raiders. He delivers some big hits on those kickoffs, and he did that once again, dropping Haskins in his tracks.
That'll bring up first down Marion with 2:27 in the clock running in the first half. Sauter bringing him up to the line. Campbell split right. Fake handoff right up the middle. He goes untouched. Boy, that was an excellent play on the fake handoff. He's down to the 15-yard line, Mike.
Skip, that quarterback read is their bread and butter. They fake the handoff one way. They got Tisdale and Condello going with that fake handoff. And Sauter just took the ball right up the middle and gained some real positive yardage. That really has been Marion's best offensive play.
Where Brown's got to stay home on that play and plug that hole. All right, clock still running at 1:40. There's a whistle. Stop the clock at 1:39. All right, now they're running the clock again. Marion has a first down here from the 15-yard line. It's back. Sauter's running to his left, tackled out of bounds at the 10 by a host of Raiders. Still a good 4-yard play for the Mayhem, Mike.
Well, Skip, we saw Marion's big weapon, Jeremy Werner. He went out early in the game, and while he's still on the bench, he hasn't returned. And Sauter's really been the big weapon, using his legs more than his arm from the quarterback position, trying to move this Marion team down, get them a score before halftime, get them back in the ballgame.
Well, that Marion is called for a timeout. So with that, we'll go to break with 1 minute and 16 seconds left in the first half. Your score 23-7 Rochester. You're watching WBGT TV.
Weather.
10-yard line, it'll be second down. Sauter takes the ball, rolling right, throws a pass, it's low. Is it a complete catch, or did it hit the ground first? No catch. No catch. Referee's indicating no catch. It did bounce off the turf, Mike.
The back judge did a nice job. He hustled right in there, gave the incomplete signal right away. And that's going to bring up a third down. And we're going to get the 1 minute warning, Skip.
1 minute warning here. As you know, in this league, Mike, with 1 minute left in the half and at the end of the game, the clock does stop.
And Skip, 1 minute is an eternity in this league. Marion still has timeouts left. They've only got 10 yards to go. What the Raiders really need to do is hold here on third down and force Marion to make a decision on whether to go for it or kick a field goal on fourth.
Well, they can get a first down, Mike. It's third down, and it looks like they got about 4 or 5 to go for the first down.
Looks like about 3rd and 4. The Raiders really need to get some pressure on Sauter. The way things are going, I'm expecting Sauter to run with the ball, either on that read play or he's just been taking the ball out of the shotgun and looking for a seam following Stillwell up the field. Let's see what they've drawn up here.
Sauter's back there. He has Haskins on the left. Cabell and Stillwell on his right. Haskins in motion. There's the snap. Back to throw. Pass is caught at the 4-yard. They're probably enough for a first down, Mike.
We don't have a good angle, Skip, but I believe it is going to be enough yardage for the first. Nice composure by Sauter. He was under heavy pressure by Mike Condello, who got a great push up the field. Condello really bringing a lot of energy to the defense in the second quarter. He was just a split second late. Sauter delivered the ball on the money. And now it's 1st and goal, and the Raiders defense really has to step up here.
Definitely step up right here with 36 seconds and counting. Marion on the 3-yard line. There's the snap. Oh, fake it. Oh, Sauter's in the end zone. He's a dangerous weapon, Mike. It was wide open over there.
Skip, it really is. The Raiders are really getting sucked in on the ride to the running back. Look at the defense. I think Coach K will talk to his defense at halftime. They're going to have to be a little more disciplined on that play. Stay home and keep those running lanes clogged, because Sauter I still don't think he's actually given the ball to Stillwell. He takes it back just about every time.
He faked me out a few times. And now Andy Klein's back for the point after. Kicks down, it's up, it's no good, Mike, he missed it. A rare miss for Klein. It makes the score Rochester 23 and Marion 13. With 27 seconds left in the half, we're going to take a short break here. You're watching WBGT TV.
Want to arrive to your
In the half, Marion just scored, make the score 23-13, and they're kicking off. There's the kick, it's up, and it hits the scoreboard once again, Mike. That's how many times tonight? 2 or 3 times tonight we've hit that scoreboard. Still no pucks falling.
No pucks. Maybe the kickers can't see that scoreboard. I don't know. Klein hit the scoreboard dead center there. And even though there's only 27.7 seconds left, the Raiders only have 25 yards to go. They could easily put another one in the end zone here and extend this lead before halftime.
Oh, and you can bet they're going to try, Mike. This team never gives up. Cotton's been bringing them up to the line in the shotgun. He has Randall to the left. He has Fehrenbach and Jackson on his right. He's alone in the backfield. There's the snap. He's back. He's looking. There's a long pass. He's looking for Fehrenbach. Fehrenbach catches it. Touchdown Raiders. What an awesome catch and pass. And what a way to answer that.
Skip, I said earlier, look for the Raiders to come back with the fade to Fehrenbach. Cottingham said, forget the fade. We're going to go to the deep ball. He showed a lot of confidence in Fehrenbach. He was well covered. In fact, the defensive back is complaining he was pushed off. But Fehrenbach is so good at creating separation down in the end zone. Kept his concentration, made a great catch. And once again, the Raiders answer with a one-play drive.
Now DeCamp's back for the PAT. It's up. And he missed this one. Makes the score 29-13. And with that, with 22 seconds, you're watching Raider football on WBGT TV.
When it comes to home improvements, hire a company you can...
Sports Center, where once again your score is 29. Rochester just answered with another touchdown, 29-13. And Mike, this has been an exciting first half so far.
It really has, Skip. And the Raiders' offensive line is doing a great job of protecting Cottingham, giving him time to go 3 times downfield for touchdowns.
Camp ready for the kickoff. Oh, it's a little squib kick this time. Haskins bounces over his head. He's got the ball in the end zone. He's got, oh, and Fehrenbach lays a hit on him.
Skip, I just got through on the last kickoff saying how valuable Fehrenbach is on special teams. So he catches the big 25-yard touchdown pass, comes right back on the kickoff, and lays Haskins into the wall.
And they didn't see him in the first game, and I bet you they're glad they didn't.
Yeah, I think they're trying to figure out who number 9 is and where he came from, because he's certainly been a key player, and I think he's showing you that the Raiders' offense is so much more explosive with him, and he also makes big plays in other ways, as he's made the last 2 tackles on kickoffs.
Rochester's defense got to step up here, and with 14 seconds left on the clock. Got Klein back all alone in the shotgun, sitting back there. Now he's rolling out, he's long pass downfield. Oh, broken up by, and it's a holding call. We have a flag down, a holding call. Nice play, though. It was broken up by Darius Smith.
Good coverage for the Raiders. Once again, Steve Fleming was held. The Raiders seem like they're wearing down Marion's offensive line, getting excellent pressure. We've seen Fleming held a couple times on his way in. Tisdale's been providing pressure. Condello's had a few good hits on the quarterback. And the Raiders, it's very hot in here, Skip. I think Marion's starting to wear down. They're not used to this heat. They can't hear Sauter because of the big crowd. It looks like that momentum is really swinging in favor of the Raiders on defense.
And that leaves 7 seconds left. It's going to bring out first down and about 15 yards.
And the crowd responds to Fleming. Fleming wants the 8th man, and the crowd is giving it to him, Skip.
To him here. It's deafening in here. Pass is out. It's complete. Driven out of bounds. It's number 25. That ends the half here at the New York State Painting Field, the home of your Rochester Raiders. The score at half is 29-13 Rochester. And there's some confusion here at the end here, Mike. Is that...
Some of the Marion players and their coach on the bench are complaining to the officials that the clock, there should still be about a second or just over a second left. So while the officials have granted Marion a timeout, they're going to reset the clock here, I believe, to 1.1 second. So Marion's going to get one more shot at the end zone. You can see their coaches and players pleading with the officials that they felt their man was out of bounds. The officials got together, discussed it. They agreed. Well, we're showing 15 minutes on the clock. I don't think we're going to have 15 more minutes.
That would be some good negotiating on Marion.
I believe I saw headlines when Dave Scott signal 1.1 second, and that's what we'll have.
It's on there now. All right, Klein is back. Haskins in motion. He's stepping back. He's going to go long. There's the punt, and he hits the scoreboard once again, Mike.
That scoreboard is turning into the Raiders' best friend, Skip. First, Klein kicks off into it to give us excellent field position. Now Sauter throws a ball in there and hits it off there. And the Raiders are going to go into halftime with a nice 29-13 lead.
That's right, Mike. The end of the half, 29-13 Raiders. You're watching Raider football on WBGT TV.
Whether it's dine in or take out, the
one-time show brought to you by CGI Communications, Rochester's communications specialist. What a first half that we had there. We promised you a good one, and we had it. Marion's digging real deep and trying a lot out there. I'm thinking, Mike, second half might be closer than you think.
Jeff, it's been a great game so far. I think the real highlight of this game has been the offensive line play of the Raiders. Great protection for Cottongim. He got deep 3 times, hit Jackson twice, Fehrenbach down here at the end to add another touchdown. And if the Raiders can continue to protect, I think they'll have a big second half offensively. Another big factor in the second half. The heat in here is unbelievable. I'm sure you can see that I've had a rough first half. I can only imagine how tired the players are. I don't think Marion is used to playing in this type of heat. It's a big crowd here. It's very hot inside the ESL Center. I think conditioning becomes a factor in the second half, and it's going to be interesting to see if the Raiders and their depth can wear down this Marion squad.
Speaking of the depth, we might have a chance to see Omar Baker come in on the second half. Just like Mike said, Cottongim right now is a little winded. He's been in there the first half doing a great job, but they might want to rest him coming in this playoff stretch. Skip, on the defensive side of the ball, we said they had to stop the run from Marion Mayhem. Did they do it?
Absolutely, Jeff. But what we got to watch for is Sauter, the quarterback, on that little handoff. We got to make some adjustments at halftime, Jeff, because they're being sucked in on defense, and he's going outside. I don't think he's handed the ball off once, and he's gaining some serious yards. So we got to make some adjustments, Jeff. But in all, defense has done an awesome job. Brown has filled in wonderful. Haskins has gotten behind us a couple of times, but we've adjusted to that, and we're winning the turnover battle, Jeff.
Absolutely. The Rochester Raiders can keep that up on defense, and they're doing a wonderful job throwing some guys in new positions. I'm liking what I'm seeing right here. They probably got a good shot at winning this game and moving on to host round 1 of the playoffs right here on July 8th. Stay with us. We'll be back with more halftime show.
In a car accident, you're going to need the pros on your team. You want somebody on the mound who has the experience to get past the insurance.
Brought to you by CGI Communications. I'm here with running back Coach Moody. Coach Moody, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I guess tonight we decided before the half to establish the run game a little bit more tonight. We had a development happen earlier that we noticed in the game plan is to go ahead and run the ball inside and also toss action a little bit with those 2 new guys we got up front. It was a very easy establishment, and we fundamentally this week I think the team was prepared to finish out what we wanted at the end of this year and run the ball a little bit more than we have in the past.
You've done a wonderful job. I mean, you'd be surprised how much this run game is necessary to open up 7-on-7. But the play action really opens up a lot of opportunity to give wide receiver like Fehrenbach and Jackson time to get open. as well as Omar Baker scrambling around. Now that Omar is back, is that going to take some of the burden off of Reggie Cox? I know he's got a big target on him right now.
At this point, Reggie's going to still do what he does. Omar's just going to bring another element to the game like he has before. He's a run option, pass throwing type of quarterback. What we do, we'll do play action. We call it 11 or 12. Basically, it'll be a ride to the fullback, running back being Reggie, and he can have the option of pulling the ball or keeping it. And I think having it's just like the same as in the traditional game, having two backs back there. So if you got a guy that can throw the ball similar to Omar, and Reggie can still pound the ball inside and also get it on a toss game.
Who's the backup running back for Reggie Cox in case he does go down? Who can we see next to fill his shoes?
Well, last week's game, we ended up having our backup quarterback step up for us, but really, honestly, it's Darius Smith at this point. He's the number 2 man. The key thing is we don't want to work Darius as much on the offense because he's one key element to the defensive side of the ball. And very honestly, he does a lot more with us for the special team. So we try to make sure that Darius is only going to touch that ball in case of a major emergency with Reggie. But Reggie is our man at this point. I got a couple other guys that can run the ball, but honestly, it's between Reggie and Darius that's going to handle the running of the game.
Coach, you've done a great job so far this season. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much.
When we return, opening kickoff to the third quarter, you're watching Raider football on WBGT TV.
To the SNL Sports Center for the beginning of the second half, where your score is 29-13. Rochester Raiders ahead. A great first half, Mike. The Raiders did everything they had to do on offense and defense, and we're looking for more of the same in the second half.
Skip, the Raiders really set the tone on both sides of the ball, and now Marion is 2 quarters away from their season coming to an end. They have to play desperate football here. Look for them to pull every trick out of the bag, go for every big play. They've got to try to get back in this game and win it so they can qualify for the playoffs. The Raiders simply want to keep their foot on the pedal and go into the playoffs on a roll.
And you can bet Coach Recco at halftime has his guys ready for that, Mike. The camp ready for kickoff. It's up. It's a low kick. Goes back. Haskins has it. It's at the 10, 15. Tackled down there by was that Fehrenbach once again, Mike? He's been in on it all.
Who else, Skip? Noah Fehrenbach with his 3rd straight tackle on a kickoff. Got a little help from Kyle Pagano in there, who's back in the lineup tonight. Kyle's had some injuries. He's trying to get himself back in playing shape for the playoffs. But once again, Fehrenbach throwing his body around, making great plays on special teams.
Large dose of Fehrenbach here. So Marion's going to begin the second half from their own 13-yard line. Klein back, shotgun, Haskins in motion, fakes the handoff to Haskins. Once again, the same play that Rochester has adjusted to at halftime. They still got 5 yards out of the play, Mike.
Skip, we said that Coach K would. Oh, we got some extracurricular.
These
Here
guys
come the flags.
You got Haskins.
I just said Marion would have to play desperate football. They'd have to put it all on the line. Well, they came out fired up. Tisdale lost his hat. Brown's mixing it up. And now we're going to have to sort out the flags. I think what we're going to end up with here, probably some offsetting personal fouls or unsportsmanlike conduct fouls. But let's see what's going to happen. Referee Bill Henry meeting with his crew. They're going to sort things out.
Talking it over. He's ready with the sign here. Dead ball foul. Holding. Personal foul against Marion. And you're right, Mike, it's offsetting personal fouls. First indicated holding, which I didn't see.
Skip, as we said, we thought Coach K would talk to the defense at halftime, be a little more disciplined on their play. Candello and Smith did a great job. Sauter made a nice effort, but he only ended up getting about a yard.
On the play.
And if the Raiders could shut down that play, that's big.
Pass Haskins wide open. Still going, still on his feet. He's at the 20, the 15. Oh, and Randall catches him, and the ball's on the carpet. Raider football, Mike, an awesome play. Randall was all over him.
Skip, tremendous hustle by Rodney Randall. He was initially beat on the play. He slipped and fell. But I'll tell you what, he didn't just lay on his back. He got up. He chased Haskins all the way to the other sideline. Made a great strip from behind, caused that fumble. That's why you never give up on a play. Great intensity by the Raiders defense. And Skip, look who's back from week 2 from that broken jaw. Omar Baker's going to be under center.
Going to bring him to the line here. Who's the desperate team here, Mike? You think it was the Raiders the way they're playing. Omar Baker back in at quarterback in the backfield with Reggie Cox in the shotgun. Snap. He drops the ball. It was a bad snap. Still got the ball. Making something out of the nothing there, Mike. He gets the ball up to at least the 7-yard line. We thought he was dead in the backfield there.
Looked like Omar's a little excited to get back in the action. He mishandled the snap, and as you said, he was locked up and really had nothing, but he battled his way back to the line of scrimmage, I believe. Very difficult to see the down marker from here. PA now
like
just
it
calling
is
it
the
2nd and 12.
2nd and 12. Baker back. Going to send Jackson in motion. Back to throw. Jackson's got the ball. He's fighting. He's down at the 10. Tackled by Ollie Gross there, who wouldn't let go, Mike.
Nice effort by Gross. Coach Greco looks like he's going to try to ease Omar back in through that little hitch to Jackson that always seems to be open. Baker put the ball right on the money, got about 3 yards back. Now let's see what he can do with 3rd and 9.
Well, Marion's looking at a little something different here. Omar Baker with a little more mobility back there at quarterback. Back in the shotgun. He's back to pass. There's the pass. It's low. It's a low pass intended from Maurice Jackson.
Skip, I think that ball was deflected. Couldn't quite see the number, but it looked like one of Marion's linemen may have gotten a hand on it. That's going to bring up a 4th down for the Raiders. And here comes DeCamp. And Ryan DeCamp, welcome to the Great Lakes Indoor Football League. Backed up. He's going to try what looks to be here. I think we're going to have about a 53-yard attempt. And we're going to see what kind of leg DeCamp has here. And not only does he have to go 53 yards, he's going to have to contend with the scoreboard.
He's going to have to avoid the scoreboard. That thing keeps moving around on him tonight, Mike. There's the snap. It's down. It's blocked. Blocked. It's batted up in the air. Down on the carpet. Who has it? Oh, DeCamp to cover the football on the 1-yard line.
Skip, big play by the Mayhem there. We said they have to play like a desperate team. They went on an all-out rush. They got a hand on the football, and now the Raiders defense is backed up at their own 1 as Marion has 1st and goal. And Sauter showed early in the game that he's very difficult around the goal line. I think we'll see him try to take the ball in from that quarterback position.
What we can hope for here, Mike, is a turnover of some sort. But you can bet Marion's hanging on to that football. And listen to the crowd. They're not going to let him hear anything down here. Under center, he's trying with a quarterback sneak. Raiders are all over him. I haven't seen anything indicated yet. I think they stopped him, Mike.
Skip, he's not in. Head linesman Dave Scott hustled in. He's got a spot just inside the 1, so it'll be 2nd down. Looked like Marion tried to rush to the line and fool the Raiders. And I think all they did, they didn't give themselves a chance to get set and get themselves ready to push that Raiders defensive line. And they got no surge at all.
Now you got to watch for Sauter here, and he makes it. Looks like yes, it's touchdown Marion by the quarterback, Sauter.
Once again, Ted Sauter, he faked the inside handoff to Haskins and just took the ball right up the gut for that final yard. And Marion has played themselves right back into this game.
Pending the PAT here, Mike, make the score to be up by 9 points. Klein back to kick. Ball's down, it's up. Looks good, and it is good. And it makes it a 9-point game, Mike, with the score, Rochester 29, Marion Mayhem 20. And with that, we'll take a break. You're watching Raider football on WBGT TV.
Summer has arrived, and Dewey Avenue Smoke Shop is
Sports Center with 9:22 left in the 3rd period. The score is Rochester 29, Marion 20. Marion set to kick off. Kicks a squib kick again underneath Fehrenbach's legs. It goes right between them. And Darius Smith makes it to the 15. He's still on his feet. He refuses to go down, Mike.
Tough run by Smith, but excellent coverage there by Marion. Their kickoff team stayed in their lanes, had very good coverage there. Carl Rose down on the tackle to stop Smith. And all of a sudden, Marion's starting to feeling a little momentum. They made a big block on the field goal. They went in and scored. They've made a big special teams play here. Let's see how the Raiders respond.
That's right, Mike. Now Omar's going to go under center this time. He has Reggie Cox in the backfield with Smith and Fehrenbach split right. Make that Jackson. Jackson's in motion. The toss to Cox, who's got nowhere to go. And he's going to make only a couple of yards on that play, Mike.
Yeah, the Raiders went with their bread and butter running play, the little toss to Cox. He really got a nice block by Bruckman pulling out there, but Marion did a nice job of flowing to the ball and shutting that down, bringing up 2nd and long for Rochester.
And make it about 2nd and 8 from the Raiders' own 17-yard line. Baker under center once again. Same formation. Cox is set back. Jackson and Fehrenbach split to the right. Quick out pass. Maurice Jackson, who's going to go right out front of us right here, Mike. To about the 20. They're going to spot it at the 24-yard line, I believe, 23-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down at about 5.
Skip, the Raiders came back with that little bubble screen to Jackson. He got a nice block in front by Fehrenbach. But I'll tell you what, Jimmy Smith made a nice play getting up the field and dropping Jackson and bringing up a 3rd down here.
Now Baker's going to go back in the shotgun. He's got Cox to his right. Motion. Rolling left. Long pass wide open is Maurice Jack. No, that was Noah Fehrenbach. Wide open. Once again, going to reliable there, Mike, making the big play.
Omar Baker showed a lot of cool, a lot of composure back there. He was under some pressure. He couldn't find a receiver. He simply moved out of the pocket, bought himself a little extra time, found Fehrenbach down the sideline, moved the chains, and kept the drive alive.
That's going to bring up 1st down from the 14-yard line. Baker back and shotgun. He's got Cox set back to his left. The quick inside handoff to Cox, and he's going to go all the way. Raider touchdown, Raiders! Beautiful play, Mike.
Skip, just a little inside handoff to Cox. But Jen Dryzik and Schroeder and Bruckman just blew a hole wide open, and Cox took it right up the gut for the touchdown. And the Raiders come right back, answer that Mayhem score, and put the lead back to 15.
And now DeCamp is back for the point after for Rochester. The snap, it's up. It's blocked! It's blocked! Who's on the ball? They're still scrambling for it. Whistles, they've blown. All right, ball's blown dead there. Now where will they set that ball, Mike?
Well, Skip, we're going to have a kickoff coming up after the block extra point.
Okay.
So the Raiders will take a 15-point lead against Marion with only 5:53 left in the 3rd quarter.
And with that, we'll go to break. You're watching WBGT TV at the New York State Painting Field, home of the Rochester Raiders. With 5:53 left in the 3rd quarter, your score 35-20 Rochester. Getting set to kick off is Ryan DeCamp, who's done so far an excellent job for us tonight, Mike.
DeCamp's kicked the ball well. He has struggled a little bit with his kickoffs, with the ceiling and the scoreboard. It'll be interesting to see if he'll try to kick this deep or squib it low like he has the last few.
Ready back there. Back deep is Haskins from Marion. There's the kick. Another squib kick. Bounces off and it goes to Cabell. Cabell's at the 20, the 25. Driven out of bounds there. Nice hit, crowd getting into it.
Skip, nice hit over there by Mike Condello. He did a good job of getting off a block and dropping Cabell at the 20-yard line after a nice return.
But it brings up this very good field position for the Mayhem. They're going to start at the 21-yard line of the Raiders.
Skip, the problem the Mayhem face right now is not only are they down 15 as we approach the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. They can't stop Rochester's offense.
All right, Klein's back in the usual shotgun formation. He has Haskins in motion. There's a fake. Fakes, and the snap was direct to Stillman, who loses his helmet, Mike. And he's not happy about that.
Skip, that was a great play by the Raiders defense. As I said at halftime, the Mayhem are probably going to have to dig into their bag of tricks. What they did right there, Sauter jumped up in the air as if the snap was over his head when it was actually going directly to number 25 there, Stillwell. Stillwell really got nowhere. Fleming would have nothing of it. He didn't buy into it, stayed home. Not only did he drop Stillwell, but he tore his helmet right off his head.
For a loss, it's going to bring up 2nd and 12. There's the snap. Fake to the right, pass wide open is Stillwell, and he's taken down. Brown is there along with Smith and Diaz. He's down at the 16-yard line.
Good throw by Sauter there, found Stillwell down the left side. But an excellent job of recovery by James Brown. Smith and Diaz stayed home. Really didn't allow many yards after the catch, and it'll bring up about a 3rd and 5.
Well, now Klein's alone back there. He's got Stillwell and Cabell split left, and Haskins is going to get the running start. There's the pass, a quick fake to the right, and he's still going to Haskins, who's wide open. Wide open in the end zone, touchdown, Mayhem. We got a little extracurricular activity going back here, but excellent catch and pass.
Sauter made a great pump fake. Again, we saw Haskins with that little double move, got behind the defender. Sauter delivered the ball, and Marion simply won't go away. The Raiders keep trying to put this game away, and Marion just continues to answer right back.
That's right, Mike, they do. They're sticking around. It's making for a great game, and the fans are getting more into the game. Now for the point after. They're going for 2, and it's denied. Sauter is denied. They were going for 2 points there, Mike.
They went for 2 there, Skip. They wanted to cut the lead to 7. Sauter got dropped. The Raiders read that play beautifully. Oh, and here comes a flag.
A late
I
flag.
think 25 Stillwell is going to pick up an unsportsmanlike. Marion has been doing a lot of loud complaining to the officiating crew, and I think they finally bought themselves an unsportsmanlike.
That's what it looks like, Mike. We'll wait for the officials to talk and give us the signal here. Unsportsmanlike. It is the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
And that will be assessed after Rochester's kickoff return, because teams kick off from the goal line in the Great Lakes Indoor Football League. It can't be assessed on the kickoff. So the Raiders will return the ball, then the referees will assess that unsportsmanlike, and barring some sort of disaster on the kickoff, the Raiders really should get solid field position here.
Which they're going to need. They have to respond just like the last time, Mike. They've got to stay enough ahead of this Mayhem to break their spirit, but I don't think they're going to do that. This team is desperate, and they're fighting hard for it.
And Marion's doing a nice job. They're sticking right with the Raiders. The Raiders are playing a solid game on both sides, but Marion's got no quit in them. They're just going to keep coming, so the Raiders have to stay focused, keep that intensity level high, and the offensive line for the Raiders really needs to continue to control up front. If they do that, I think the Raiders should be fine.
There's the kickoff. It's a low kick. Fehrenbach has it at the 10, 15, up to the 20. Got a block there, 20, 25, still on his feet, down the sideline, still going, still up. What an unbelievable run by Fehrenbach. But he might have been called out of bounds. Yes, he was. He's out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
Skip, he was out of bounds at the 11, but I have to tell you, number 80, James Brown, delivered 2 crushing blocks right in front of us. In fact, on the second block, he knocked Stillwell's helmet off. He hit him so hard. And the Raiders, they have started